Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. My name is Leah and this is JunkerNecker DIY. Today's video is part of the Bohemian Fall collaboration. This is hosted by myself and 20 of my friends, one being Miguel of Miguelito DIY. There's also a $100 Dollar Tree gift card giveaway, and I'll be telling you more about that. All rules are listed in the descriptions. However, the most important thing to know is to listen for the secret word in each video and use it in a comment. So let's get into pumpkin number 1. And I'm calling this my Native American boho. You'll see why. I first started off with this Tuscan red apple barrel paint. It is acrylic. And I'm going to do one heavy coat, which means I pretty much slopped it all over the place. But, you know, kind of helter-skelter, but it did really well. A little bit of the orange shows through, but I think that just adds more character. See, once it was all dry, took out that old whatchy flopper on the top. It's supposed to be a stem, but it doesn't look much like a stem. Before I replace that, I'm going to add some of those foil stickers from Dollar Tree. And they have these little, I don't know what you call those. The little stickers that make it stand out on the back. And that's good enough to hold it in place till I see where I want them. I definitely want some over those lines. And I'll use large ones for those. And then I'll fill in between with 2 small ones on one side and 3 of the smaller ones on the other side. Now it's time to glue down the tops and the bottoms of these. And I have to say, gluing those little, what do you call them? I'll call them stems, I guess, on a feather. I'm really not sure what they're called. But it was much easier to do the bottom because there was a lot more surface space there for gluing down. And there we go. I'm using this gold plastic spool with a little thread on it for the stem. I thought the light green thread looked cute, so I just left it on there to spread it out. I'm going to hot glue that right in the center. Then I'm going to take some of this wire jute and I'm going to curl it around this marker. And that's going to make some tendrils. And I'm wrapping that around the spool and giving it a twist. I'm not bothering with gluing that down. Then I'm going to take an old bracelet that I don't use anymore. And yeah, first I started to thread on that. I thought, hey, why not put it on the wire on the ends of the tendrils, like so, fray out those ends. And then the 3 I had left over, I just hot glued them around that stem. And I think these colors turned out really great. My Native American boho. And I'll have a final reveal at the end. Now for pumpkin number 2. This one is kind of tricky. I really don't know what to call it. It's kind of a gypsy boho maybe. I'm using the color patina paint from Folk Art. How you like that technique? Just swirl it around and spread it down the pumpkin. I'm going to do 1 full coat all over. And then I'm cutting in with these strips of gems. These are from Dollar Tree. And they were long strips. And I cut them in half. And I'm just going around putting them here and there. Let me tell you, be absolutely sure of where you're sticking them down before you let go. Because if you try to move it, it's going to pull your paint off. That's just an FYI. And I thought that was too bright. I wanted it to look more like brass. And it didn't turn out that way. So I'm just going to lightly dry brush over the beads. And then I'm going to use one of these stickers that has a leaf and a bluish green jewel on it. I stuck that right there where there was the least strips of the strip jewels. And then in the center, I'm going to be gluing some eucalyptus twigs. And yeah, my glue gun's not working right. Anyway, you'll see at the end how it turned out. Pumpkin number 3. This one I'm painting with folk art acrylic in the color conch shell. It's really a real pale pink. And this one's going to be a little more of a dainty boho, maybe. I'm going to use some paper doilies. Actually, just one of the smallest doilies. I'm going to put that right on the top. Let it hang over. But first I need to cut it. There's 32 of those in a pack. I thought that was a fantastic buy. When I first took out that small one, I thought there was just one of it, but it was many, many layers. Anyway, don't know why I couldn't find my box full of brushes, but anyway, this worked. I just rubbed the Mod Podge all over that doily and stuck it down, and it did pleat in a few places around. And I didn't get the full end. Well, anyway, number 4 was even worse because I didn't start filming it until I got to this point. But basically it's a bunch of squares of the Dollar Tree burlap ribbon, just in a patchwork design, hot glued here and there. And then I wrapped it up with some jute twine. And then I took 3 of the Jenga blocks and wrapped them with jute. And then tied it off. And that's going to be the stem. Let me tell you now that the secret word for my video is junk. J-U-N-K. Now for the final look, and you'll see what you missed with the pink one. There is that beautiful patina color pumpkin. I think it turned out just lovely. There's the feather pumpkin and the patchwork pumpkin. The patchwork looks like a scarecrow, doesn't it? And there's the pink. You'll see I didn't put a stem on it. I just put some cotton bolls and some little pink leaves. It's called fall grass. I don't know why, but that's what it's called. Remember to check out that playlist so you'll get lots of great fall boho inspiration for your decor. And if you like boho decor, stick around because I have a project that turns out much better than the pumpkins. That's all for now, so until next time, bye-bye.